Welcome to Storytimer. Janice Sanders and Janice L. Langs. Working on this project has led me to many conclusions. One conclusion that I've come to is that a whole lot of people got away with murder in the 1970s. This case is sadly no different. We might not bring any justice to the victims here, but at least we can remember them. Just thinking about these women and speaking their names is still an important act. On July 21st, 1973, Janice Sanders of Niles, Michigan disappeared. Later that year, on November 7th, 1973, Janice L. Langs of nearby South Bend also went missing. Other than the sound of their first names and that they both lived in the Michiana area, what else did they have in common? They were both dating Gerald Casimir Libertowski when they disappeared. Gerald Casimir Libertowski was described as a Lothario. He had a string of girlfriends. He was known to be cruel and abusive. His friends said at one time that he had 3 different women pregnant at the same time, and that fact was later substantiated by detectives. Janice Sanders had been living with him in 1973, but broke up with him about a week before she disappeared on her way home from work. Gerald had a reputation for being violent with his girlfriends. Janice Sanders disappeared on July 21st, 1973. Her car would turn up at the Niles, Michigan Holiday Inn parking lot. Gerald seemingly got over the loss of Janice Sanders very quickly. He was soon living with Janice Langs. She disappeared after trying to break up with him as well. She was driving home from work in Elkhart, Indiana to South Bend, but never made it home. She made it to South Bend, where she dropped off a coworker, but after that she and her car vanished into thin air, just like Janice Sanders. Either Gerald Libertowski had astronomically rare bad luck, or he was a murderer. Gerald got caught with Janice Lang's car. He had driven it south to a junkyard in southern Indiana to have it destroyed. Why have a perfectly good car destroyed? What if your girlfriend Janice comes back and wonders where her car is? Won't she need her car? Gerald was accused of the murder of Janice Langs, but the Langs family would not see the justice that they sought. Libertowski was tried and acquitted. Gerald Casimir Libertowski died on January 31st, 2010. He was cremated. I found that information and a photo of him on Find a Grave. Janice Langs and Janice Sanders have never been found. Their families did not get to hold funerals like Libertowski's family did. They don't have graves to place flowers on. They don't know where these bodies are. Perhaps there's someone out there, though, who knows where they are. Maybe they felt loyal to the killer at one time, but now they no longer do. Perhaps someone will stumble across their bodies at some time. Hopefully someday these 2 women will be able to be returned to their families. Rest in peace, Janice Langs and Janice Sanders.